Today we will be making plaster tentacles inspired by the artist Yayoi Kusama. The first thing you're going to do is you are going to get a plastic cup. You will use a Sharpie to write your name on the inside of the cup, right near the edge. Then you will write your day of the week. You are going to take a piece of tinfoil and you are going to wrap it around the cup. Just do it about halfway. Careful as you roll it not to smush your cup. You're going to wrap it around the cup and there'll be a long piece hanging off. So roll it up. And then you're going to take your hands and just kind of smush. Hold your other hand over top of the bottom so it doesn't slip off. That will help create our tentacle. As I squeeze, I can bend my tinfoil to create a shape, and I really want to pack it in there. Now I want my thickness to go from thick from the cup down to smaller. So I want to even out that center piece. So I use an extra piece of tinfoil and I wrap it and smush it around. I make sure to get rid of any lumps or bumps just by pinching. And then I can form and bend it into whatever shape I want my tentacle to go. If I want it twisting or curling or wrapping, just like that. Now you can go and create your own tentacle. Now that our tentacle is made, it is time to start adding the plaster. You will take that from a separate plate. You will have a water dish. Keep your tentacle on the plate and you're going to start from the bottom and work your way up. You grab your strip of plaster and you dip the whole thing in water. Use 2 hands as you do this. You want to keep it as flat as possible and just remove a little excess of the water. Use 2 hands to stretch it out and place and drape it. I use a finger to help rub in those holes. When you dip your plaster in the water, make sure you don't squeegee off too much of it, the stuff. Otherwise, the plaster will start to remove, not just the water. I like to kind of rub and carefully squeeze it off. Then place it right on top. Make sure you overlap the layers and smooth it with your fingers so that those holes start to disappear. Make sure it stays as flat as possible over those bumps and grooves. And you can just keep going and adding your layers. Make sure that you always overlap the others that you have already done. Bring it all the way to the edge. I use my finger to rub. Any areas that start to fold, just smooth back out as you go. Always make sure you go from plaster strip plate to the water to your tentacle plate. Never let the water drip onto all those extra strips. Otherwise, they will start to stick together and then you won't be able to use them on your whole thing. So you want to make sure you go all the way from the bottom and keep working your way up. So I dip it, I wipe it, rub it with my fingers. I always have 2 hands and I place it carefully over top. Make it wrap around and rub. This part is tricky to see, but when I get to the top, I just lay my strip on the very top, overlay it like it's a hairdo, and then smooth it out as it goes down so that I get the tip of that tentacle. Then I'm gonna go around and check for any holes, just like there, and I'm going to cover it up with another strip. So any holes, I take some plaster and wrap it around to get rid of them. Then I should be done.